the prize on the horizon. He knows exactly where to aim, and he certainly has, at least for now, hit that target. We'll see how he fares then whenever he does show up on home soil in July for the World Finals. But for now, we're going to find out who joins him for Consul. And it's been a really interesting day thus far for these two opponents who are about to go to blows with one another, Romy and Guifera. Romy obviously was somebody that you'd both spoken about being a potential favourite for today, but Guifera obviously being several-time world champion. I imagine both of you are going to tell me that he's probably the one to beat for this one.
My question is, like, can I see the final in the biggest TV possible? Because, like, I mean, I don't want to miss any single action and detail into this grand final.
Well, you have one right here next to you.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Exactly. I mean, what about these two? I mean, experience, knowledge, be a legend of the game, and once in the game, being in the right spot to be for, I don't know, 4th, 5th time into the world finals. And Romy, which is that kind of those profiles that need those opportunities, and this opportunity is here. Is there? He's prepared. His formation, his work, hard work at home is done. So it's all about to put it there into the grand final against opponent. That for sure. Beat him will means that you are capable to become world champion one day for sure.
I think it's a chance for him, isn't it?
As well, by the way.
It was 0-0, I believe.
0-0, right? Sorry. Yeah, well, you're right.
It was so close. I think it's a chance for Romy to really break out of the shadow of other Indonesian top players and into the spotlight if he wins here. Of course, he's already beaten another one of his countrymen on the way to make the club event finals. Can he go one further? I know I always ask the hypothetical. If he does, there's a new star in Indonesia. But he has to get past Guifera, and Guifera has known bigger and badder than the man he faces here.
True.
Well, I tell you what, a man who is capable of scoring goals so much so that he can make it rain. I mean, the fact that Romy was able to keep him to a goalless draw earlier in the day certainly does speak volumes in and of itself. Well, let's see if he can actually turn the result then in his favour in this grand final for Consul. It's Romy versus Guifera.
Well, the respect is shown between these two. We could not split them after 90 minutes in the group stages. Here at the club event finals, it almost seemed destined they would face each other again. Just 1 year separates them in age, but the accolades are heavily favoured on the right-hand side of the stage. Here is Romy from Indonesia, will enter this grand final as the underdog, but has proven he can put up strong performances against some of the very best here today. Alex, it's a pleasure to watch this one with you. I think I join your sentiment. If we could get a big TV,
please,
some footstools, some snacks, we could just sit back and enjoy the entertainment. I hope wherever you're watching this, you have just that, because this will be fascinating. These two, stylistically, do they cancel each other out, or is it just a chess match here? I feel like it's 100%. Maybe the latter.
I think so. I think these two go for those details tactically to make that superiority on the love and on the wingers, and from them making uncomfortable his opponent. It is an unbelievable match to watch, and let me say something. They are just one game ahead to be at the World Finals, but the point is, like, it's so difficult to predict any other opportunity to be that close to the World Finals again in the nearly future. So it's like, it's now or never, because being back to the regionals online is not the perfect scenario. So it has to be done now and today. And I mean, looking for what happened on the game between these two in the group stage, I expect that the one who take the lead will have a huge percent to take home the victory and represent Manchester United at the World Finals. And remember this day and as one of the favorite days of your whole life, you know, that you will remember forever.
It's a big honor. And you're right, Alex. You don't want to be thrown back into that mosh pit, that shark tank of having to qualify through club events and regionals. There are some real monsters out there that every year, sometimes there's at least one big name that doesn't qualify for the World Finals because of how difficult it is. Who will it be this year? I'm not too sure. Guifera will be hoping it's not him. He'll be hoping he can get it done here and now. For Romy,
I don't know.
He wants to play spoiler.
That's it, but what I'm sure 100% is that the winner of this competition will have something to say at the World Finals. Like, these two are really smart. I mean, that's why they are here, no? After a long process to get into these Grand Finals, it's for a reason, no? So, but yeah, at the end of the day, only one will be the champion here, and we'll see that 5 center-back formation for Romy could make something slightly different, no? That Guifera can't control at all. Relax the nerves, no one puts some music on the ears. And we're about to see the formation tactics for this Grand Final on console. Romy on the left-hand side, Guifera on the right side.
This is where you make your money, Alex. You kind of translate these tactics to me because it's always fascinating. You always get it right. I'm interested to see how these two match up against each other.
Guifera, what he really tried is to open with the left winger of Alejandro Garnacho a spot for Bruno Fernandes to join the attack from the left-hand side. And the other side is Romy, as we saw, is waiting his time to build up his play to accumulate the superiority with the fullbacks. So with that being said, let's see what's the activity of Kobbie Mainoo. That box-to-box midfielder has a big impact in any of the competitors today because he's an omnipresent player joining the attack. He has a good skill, good overall stats, double touch. He has 1 touch pass. He's super good defending, attacking overall. So we'll see. What we saw before, they want to be more clinical into this Grand Final will be the one winning 100%. So not many chances expected, but for sure, show and drama. And why not? Extra time, penalties. That will be an epic scenario, you know, but don't predict anything like that. Just enjoy the final.
I would like to see extra time.
I don't think the player will like that scenario, but I think all we, talking about the people at home as well, why not? Why not?
I'm not sure if there are any players in the world that enjoy extra time or penalties.
I mean, there's some players that love penalties because they are good at, but at this point you want to fix and win after 90 minutes.
Who can get it done after 90, 120, or those penalty shootout minutes? It is time for our final match of the day. It is about to kick off once, of course, the camera, controls, everything is sorted.
Semi-assist for Romy. The cursor, level 1. Already, ladies and gentlemen, to enjoy a superb grand final here at Old Trafford for Manchester United. Guifera, Romy, Brazil, Indonesia. It's like a derby nowadays.
We've heard that before.
I mean, internationally, it could be. Here we go, hurry. It's the time.
It's time indeed. For the console grand final, Guifera in the away strip. Romy in the home strip.
No way!
And there is danger early on for Guifera to contend with. We're in the theatre of dreams. Whose dream will come true? Who will represent the Red Devils at the World Finals in July? Guifera or Romy? It has to be one of them. So far, the Brazilian Guifera.
Yeah, same story. Going to make that superiority in the right wing. Guifera now trying to connect to the center. Kobbie Mainoo the cross. Guifera doesn't need to show up that much to make the difference in eFootball.
No, he doesn't. We've seen it time and time again, no matter which one of his world titles you choose. He knows when to be patient. Now, though, Romy trying to build early on. He's dispossessed early, though. That will give Guifera confidence after
But
it was Romy in the first encounter in the group stages that seemed to be the more likely of the two to score for large periods of it. And now Guifera, having stopped him early on, can try and come forward with Xerxes. Cleared up the pitch though.
That's lovely the way Guifera used Garnacho as a lure, just to make larger the defense of Romy and play for the right winger. Now Romy with the chance, Circe with the super cancel, but now the counter. Bruno Fernandes for Guifera. And now finally, yes, he's connecting with Garnacho, but the pass wasn't the best. Garnacho was not that accurate to receive that ball. Possession for Romy. We've seen a not really demanding start, but we'll see if now something different could happen between these two. And it's now the chance, or the mistake from Guifera. Now the almost mini counter from Romy. Bruno Fernandes! Indonesia leading!
It is that player of the week, Bruno. With the finesse, he was so close to goal, it was almost impossible to miss. But finally we have the first goal between these two. And it is in the grand final. It goes the way of Romy. Lovely finish.
It was a worse situation defensively for Guifera, especially with the cursor of the, I think it was Lisandro Martinez. I don't know, he lost the control of the defender. He wasn't able to catch that almost easy ball. And yeah, when you concede those space inside the box, easy job for Romy, which is leading into the grand final.
Well, it took over 100 minutes to split these two. Finally, we have the difference maker. And it is advantage Romy here in the final.
Looking for Rasmus Holland. Nice job for Guifera. Giving some breathe and then join the attack to win the header. Sorry, the spot to win the header.
I think the worst thing we could see really from Guifera, the one thing we don't want him to do is to rush things here. There's plenty of time on the clock. That's really nice though. Slips as he tries to connect with the input.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Guifera need a perfect scenario to attack, which is accumulate a lot of people on the right-hand side, be a 2v1 action, and it takes time. And Romy doesn't need that much. So now, seeing that Romy is leading, when now we see this one. So what I mean, now that Romy is leading, we'll have more calm. I don't know if Guifera will keep the patience to build up his play as usually, because it's the only way we have seen from him to create his chances.
Looks like a pause queued up by Guifera just to double check everything.
Yeah, the players to join the attack. He's making sure
all the tactics are in order.
The favorite ones are joining the attack. Yeah, we see he's changed a little bit, but nothing much. Set pieces are so important, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if Guifera has prepared something special.
It's Guifera's corner.
The rebound is in.
To Delict, Mainu with some nice super cancelling will keep things alive. Far
nice
side,
one for Matraoui.
Nice footwork to Xerxes, who's offside.
That's a nice idea.
Indeed, good patience there from Guifera following the corner. We don't want him to rush things here.
It's a unique way of play that he has, no? It's forcing those situations. I mean, you never can doubt about Guifera. That's the point. So still a long match to be played. 60 minutes left. It's just have started, so we'll see.
It's definitely a luxury to have when you are trailing. If there are luxuries to have, is that plenty of time remains. No reason to panic just yet. Romy, though, will be over the moon with how he's weathered the storm after scoring the opening goal with the skipper, Bruno Fernandes. Far side now for Guifera. He's looked confident. Sticking a boot in.
Nice signal from Guifera, no? Having something new. Great action. Unless with a cross. putting some extra difficulties to Romy that now is like has turned off his brightness in terms of intensity. So we'll see if that opened the door for Guifera to get the equalizer.
It's been all the two-time world champion since
Is
conceding.
Guifera with a chance?
Bruno,
the back heel pass.
lovely back heel. Still alive, is it, for Xerxes?
Almost. He needed an extra pass, Harry. Almost perfect. He's now having a hard time, Romy, playing on full blue. Guifera having the superiority, looking for Mazraoui, his main man to start his build-up play. Offside again. Again, the offside. He was a pretty smart lob pass. Because if he wins that header, it creates like a room for 3 versus 2 action. Really wonderful when we see the counter target for Romy, because as we see, the stamina of Joshua Zirkzee is going down, so 2 players will remain on top for Romy, and he will just defend with the 3 midfielders plus the 5 center backs. Stamina is really important, especially for Man United, that you have not many options on the bench for sub the 2 strikers, so at least one of them has to be counter target, which means he doesn't go to defend. So you will make him have almost full stamina for the whole game.
5 minutes until half-time. They're constantly on top of things, these 2 great competitors, changing sub-tactics and making sure that their players are in fine form.
Nice predict.
Romy wins the ball back. Up to Højlund, who will hold this one up. Bruno Fernandes, the goal scorer.
To go through.
Xerxes over the top towards Maino, but there will be one last chance here in the first half of the grand final. Looks like it will go the way, will it, of Guifera?
Yeah, Zirkzee winning the header of Mazraoui. Could be the last one for Guifera with the long ball to Rasmus Højlund.
Anywhere will do, and into the stands it goes. 45 minutes down, and it is Romy 1, Guifera 0 in the console grand final. 45 minutes stand from Romy and the World Finals by the way of Manchester United. What a story that would be.
Yeah, and a different story that could happen. Why not in the second half? For the moment, Romy having the control of the score, not of the game. That we have seen that right after that mistake, forced or no, of Guifera was enough to make him score and be leading. But we'll see. Second half, Guifera with the kickoff, not winning that header. The clear from Romy, looking for Zirkzee with a yes, wins the ball. Casemiro up in the side for Mazraoui. Mazraoui not connecting with Bruno Fernandes. Still open so far this final. And it requires a step up for Guifera, the 2 times world champion, if he wants to have a chance to be the Manchester United 2025 club event champion.
Of course, they've switched attacking sides here in the second half. Guifera, who needs a goal, attacking the right-hand goal. Romy will come at the left side. That's really nice towards Garnacho, but as you say, just too much power on that. And I think Guifera will be hoping he can maintain the spells of possession that he had in the first half. But here comes Romy, near side. Mazraoui, back to Bruno. Casemiro. Back to the skipper, into the feet of Rasmus. Bruno again, this is patient build-up. Casemiro, Xerxes. Back to the Brazilian.
Oh my goodness!
That's lovely! That is fantastic from Romy!
I saw that coming.
How patient can you be? And how perfect can that pass be? And how good can the finish be? That was picture perfect. Amazing.
Romy, such a wonderful play. That pass from Casemiro was simply perfect.
Sublime.
Control, finesse, nothing for Onana. He saw that chance coming. The only choice is ran back with the defender manually, Harry. 2 goals out from Indonesia for Romy, who's now keep pushing over the limits of Guifera. That now he needs to react. 30 minutes left, Harry. 2 goals down. A massive score for the Brazilian.
Guifera needs 2. And let me tell you, when we see the highlight of that goal, I hope we can see the 30 seconds leading up to it, because it was so patient from Romy.
Exactly.
Now Guifera into the box and back out of it again with Bruno.
The thing is, like, he's patient because he doesn't join the attack with many players, but he's comfortable with being patient. You know, sometimes you want to say, oh, you need to be more patient. But look at this one, Guifera! If he can hit a header and score, will change drastically the atmosphere of this grand final. He needs a goal. He needs to push more. The wrong pass now will be Joro for Romy. Oh, Nana with a clear. Ooh, almost deflected. And now the counter for Romy, who needs to make time running faster and faster. He's getting closer to become the champion, but it's not done already. Fault me. Guifera will have a long a free kick that from there. It's not that bad if he wins the header. But yeah.
Time to call on
2 shots by Romy, 2 goals, Harry.
I mean, it's looking like we're on track for yet another success for the nation of Indonesia in eFootball.
Ahmad Diallo, it seems to be 5-4-1 for Romy. Is it like, I don't need 2 strikers, I'm winning 2 goals up. So it seems to Rasmus Holland be the only one striker now for him. Ahmad Diallo ins, and same for Guifera, that puts Christian Eriksen to make some magic passes or shooting. That will make an impact into the game, Harry. I mean, someone can, is Guifera, but his time is lower and lower, the chances to him to get on track for the game and for the victory.
I mean, can you believe this is Romy's first major finals in a global competition? Guifera,
almost lucky for Romy.
Away.
I think the goalkeeper saved it with the head or with the back, I don't know. Somehow Romy survived to the first grand chance for Guifera.
It's come 15 minutes from full time. We need to see a goal really soon as possible from Guifera. Big challenge. And Romy will stay on that full blue mentality, that full defensive, as long as he can. That's a big mistake, Mason Mount. He has so much energy here, Mason Mount. 2v1, as you say. Delict for company. It's Ireland!
Indonesia will pull a player into the world final. His name is Romy. I mean, unbelievable. The efficiency of Romy in the grand final is simply perfect. Simply perfect. The way he read the game, approached the mistakes, approached his chances overall. Rasmus Holland, 3 for Romy and 0 to Guifera.
I mean, Romy, what can you say? You've played this final perfectly. Guifera still on the charge to get on the score sheet. But the 2v1, if there's a player that you don't want to play a 2v1 against, even though you should and are favoured to score, it's Guifera. You know he'll do whatever he can to put you off. It's almost sometimes more difficult to score those types of scenarios.
Yeah, because you start to overthink around, and yeah, I agree with you.
Truly fantastic, and a worthy champion here today.
And 5 minutes left plus added on time for Romy.
Why not
to
get
become
more?
a world finalist representing Manchester United, Harry. in a wonderful way, no? No losses today, just a draw against Guifera in group stage, but overall, a major show of how to be playing with Manchester United, no, in this game. It's like I have the feeling he's the one who has read better with the players you have in Manchester United how to play in game, no? This is the way with 5 center backs, but solid, good in attack, smart, wonderful job.
90th minute now in our console final. But let me tell you, we don't need the referee to confirm to us who will be the champion. It has been a complete contrast to when they met in the group stages. They look like two completely different players. And the Indonesian has come up trumps yet again in the grand final. Your champion of Manchester United is Romy. He will represent the Red Devils in Tokyo at the World Finals. He will lift the trophy later on. Commiserations, of course, to Guifera. He will try and try again, but the day belongs to one man on console, and it's the man you see right now, Zeus Romy.
Huge congratulations to Romy and the whole community there in Indonesia, having the first representative at the World Finals, and especially to Romy. I know, especially personally, how important it is to him. No? He's always been not that shiny as he used to be, looking how good he is playing in football. And now he will have the opportunity he was looking for at the World Finals. GG Guifera. I'm sure we will see him trying in the next couple of competition before the World Finals to be in Tokyo, Japan. But at the end of the day, I think that early goal from Romy, it breaks somehow mentally the plan for Guifera. No, playing with one goal down, it doesn't make Guifera to be as sharp and to be as confident, as patient as he should be. And at the end of the day, I think it was, look, this is the first one.
Oh.
That missed control from the defender from Guifera to match up that situation. I think mentally everything changed from that moment.
I just could not believe. I wouldn't have believed you if you told me before we kicked off the grand final, after seeing these two slug it out for 90 minutes in the group stages, not have a goal to show for it, that this would end 3-0 to either one of these players. I thought it would be way closer, but the adjustments made.
But sometimes, you know, in the finals happen like that. No, Guifera just wanted to win, and when you just wanted to win, when you are one goal down, maybe sometimes it's closer the second one if you reach your line of defense rather than the equalizer. And when you are just 2 goals down, you need to go for it. And then the third goal came up with that big mistake. And Romy taking it easy, no? He just was keeping the run, simple pass back, and the right timing, great finishing. Rasmus Holland with a funny celebration, simulating he's injured, I would say, you know? And Rasmus Holland, same as Rixi, that they have been the MVPs of the whole competition, no? With a lot of goal actions. And the sadness on one side, the emotion, the happiness of the champion. And well-deserved, Romy. See you on the World Finals.
An amazing, worthy champion from both platforms. I think for Manchester United, they've got some really strong players to try and bring the world title back here to Old Trafford.
Well, they certainly can say, at least with Romy. I mean, we've been saying that all day long, but maybe we should actually be calling him by his full name because he's earned the right. Zeus Romy. He is now, at least for today, the god of eFootball. So, you know, very, very worthy of his name indeed. And it certainly has been a brilliant performance in the end. Really swatting away his opponent with relative ease, as you guys said. 3 goals to the good and keeping a clean sheet as well. You really can't ask for much better than that in a grand final. So congratulations to him and to both winners, because they're now going to be representatives of Asia. So it's been a great day for the region of Asia as well. You have Indonesia and Japan. So look at that for mobile and console as well. Brilliant.